Hey guys, today I'm going to make a recap video on my day trades from AJ Trader 7's notes. AwesomeCallsTrading.com, ACT, that's where the notes are from. And yeah, AJ, you know, his notes come out at 8:15, 15 minutes before open. I'm able to type these, draw these lines out, you know, 15 minutes before, so he's not going to be on the mic. He's going to be typing the notes, and then as soon as he's done, he'll get on the mic and give you a recap. But so that's what happens, you know. So this morning I drew 8 charts, but I played CRWD, Tesla, Baidu, and BABA. I really wish I could have got in the Palo Alto Networks, the PANW trade, but I've never seen this before. I don't know if y'all ever ran into this. But it says right here, rejected. Please use a limit order or contact our trade desk when I tried to do a market buy. So really, I mean, that was like an amazing play, and they wouldn't even let me buy into it. So that was horrible. And Futu, I broke even, so I'm not going to go over that, even though it was a good play. I was just impatient and didn't let it play out. You know, so I just broke even, moved on. I just kind of want to get what I can from the momentum and volume in the morning, and then I don't want to get trapped in the trade if implied volatility drops off by 8:45, like 15 minutes in. Like that's like worth a few points in itself, you know. So if you're even, or it's like it's not going in your direction, like implied volatility drops off, and then now you're negative if it's like basing and at the same level that you bought at, you know. It drops a little, now you're like really negative, especially with like Tesla or MRNA or anything like that, but even with Futu. So I just got out even. I didn't feel like waiting for it. But anyways, yeah, I did, you know, Baidu, Tesla, BABA, and CRWD. Let's see. The first one I'll go over is CRWD. It says stock gapping up 12 points. Do not long unless pop at the open to 259.50. Then look for nice quick 5 to 7 point push more to the upside. Then watch for topping if this snaps at the open 255. Then look for nice quick 4 to 6 point sell off. Then bottom curl bounce. Typically, this will not gap fill on great news like this. So CRWD right here, it was an upside move. This is his max price target line, this yellow line. This is his first price target, you know. So I would have been entering calls at 259.50. First price target 264.50. Max price target he had was 266.50. But for CRWD, you know, it hit his second price target, but it hit a 268.98 high. So you got 9.48 points. And this is just up about 2.5 hours up until market open. It could potentially go higher, but just from me making this video, that's how high it's gone. Almost 10 points from your entry point when he told you to go upside, which for me, since I play options, is when I decide to buy calls. And look what it does right at the beginning. It hit his first price target line within a minute. But, I mean, if you bought in, you know, from 8:31 to 8:37, it didn't go well for you. The true move happened at 8:38. Confirmation at 8:39. Like 9 minutes in was when you really would have capitalized, you know. So, but for me, I didn't really make much on it because I bought in early. I only made $83 because I bought in at let's see, CRWD 839 and 840 is when I sold it. You know, right here. I bought in literally at the exact right time, and I sold it at 840. Look what it did. Like, I should have never sold this thing. You know? Like, that was definitely a really good entry point for me. And I didn't even take it. I didn't even write it, you know? So that was at 839 and 840. So I didn't put out these trades for this. So I'm going to do it real quick. That was CRWD 260. 260 calls. You know, so that was actually, you know, a really good entry point, 839.45. And then for me to just scalp it for 83 bucks, like, I mean, I didn't get anything out of that. 840.37. You know, so I got out within 2 minutes and I only made $83. You know, so 2 minutes, 83 profit. You know, so that I mean, at 8.3 times 10, yeah, like I didn't really get much from that, you know. CRWD 260 call. Yep. So, moving on from that, but like as you can see, you could have made a killing on that. I'm just kind of disappointed that I didn't play that out, you know. 839.42.
They want excitement, Felix.
839.45. Okay.
Just tell me when you go over Tesla.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know when I go over it. Sean wants to talk about Tesla, so the video might be longer than usual today. 839.45 is when I got in that trade. And I got out at 842. 840.37. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this out for now. So, $83 from that, not much. Moving on to the next trade was Baidu. So Baidu says China easing up on regulations, gapping up 6 points. Do not long unless pop at the open till 149.50. Then look for nice quick 3 to 5 point push or more to the upside. Then watch for topping if this snaps 148 at the open. Look for nice quick 3 to 4 point flush. Then bottom curl bounce it. So Baidu, I made 961 on this. It was a good trade. And it happened pretty fast, you know, like I bought in at 830.29. Like, look, so for Baidu it says, you know, AJ's price targets and potential profit, upside 149.5 to 154.5. You know, it hit a second price target. It went to a high of 155.33. That's 5.83 points just within 2-3 hours of the market open, you know. But I bought in at 830.29 because, look, it already broke his line, you know, like well over. And I sold it within 59 seconds. I mean, made good money on it. Then, again, right here at 837 on this big push, I re-entered. You know, because it was still pretty close to his entry. Like, I knew it was going to go higher. And, look, I got out at 838.08. Like, up here. You know, like, this is a nice push. So, the first trade was 59 seconds. Scalped it. The second trade, 28 seconds. You know, I mean, that net 961 total profit, you know. In 8 minutes total time frame, though. You know, like, the first trade was 830 to 831. The next trade was 837 to 838. Just because it was still lingering in this area where I knew it was going to push. And look, it hit, you know, 153.9 at 845 before it really made that next leg up, which I wasn't trying to grind that out, to be honest. I'd rather just make this big move. And I mean, honestly, I could have held one and rode it to this high, but I would have been negative all this time, and I guess it would have been okay, but I don't know. I didn't feel like doing that. So moving on, that's how Baidu went. Made 961 from that. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I almost made $1,000. You know, that's cool from that. But 710 puts, I made more money right here. Let's see, Tesla, Baidu, BABA. Okay, so BABA, let's see. BABA I made 188. And okay, so this one I messed it up. Like I bought in at BABA at 838 and sold it at 842. Look what it does. Like this, I mean, I completely messed it up. You shouldn't have even entered until 917. But look, you see, like this was me entering early. It didn't confirm break this line to go upside. Obviously, for BABA, 171 is heavy resistance when you're trying to go upside. You know, so look, it tested it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. It could never break it. But look, since I bought in early, I was like, oh, okay, this isn't going well. And look,
Motion detected at the garage.
like I actually made 188, but like, look, it's because I bought in early and sold to these people. These are like empty wicks. And it was also people buying in early, you know. But I mean, in all honesty, if you bought in early, you would have been negative right here, but right here it would have gone back green. You would have gave up some implied volatility, so you probably would have been green, like right here finally, and you could have rode it and made money. Like the even if you did buy in early. I mean, luckily, just in this one scenario, that's what would have happened if you didn't get out in profit right here. If you did enter early, like I did. But yeah, I mean, that was 188. That was a great call by AJ, but it just took a little bit to play out. And he tells you that it's like, let the stock play itself out. Let the stock show you, you know. And I was impatient. I was hasty. I entered early. I definitely messed this up. Luckily, to just make the 188, I could have re-entered right here at 915, but at that point, I was just done after what happened with my Tesla trades today. So that's how BABA went. You know, that was upside 171 to 174. It hit its first price target. And that was 3 points, 174.15 high. So good play by AJ. But I mean, it hit his first price target. It didn't hit his second, but his really good plays that I'm not going over is PANW. It's just because I didn't have a trade, but I mean, that one, he told you to enter at 418, and that thing is at 445 right now. And that's the one that I got this error message rejected. Please use a limit order, you know, so I couldn't even play it. I would have had to do a limit, and I don't know. I guess I should have done a limit, but anyways, I didn't do it. And that's the one that really ran today and would have been a huge money maker had I bought into that. So really sad I didn't play that one. Tesla, so yeah, I'll let Sean talk after I go over my Tesla trades, because he's going to give an aspect on how he trades based off AJ's notes, which is like completely different than how I trade based off his notes. So it says stock gapping up 6 points, do not long unless pop at the open to 713, then look for nice quick 4 to 7 point push to the upside. Then watch for topping if this snaps 709 at the open. Look for nice quick 4 to 6 point sell off, then watch your bottom curl bounce on it. So Tesla today, you know, my day was going great until Tesla burned me on my second Tesla trade. So my first one went great. Like, you know, okay, so my first one I made 740 profit in 13 seconds. Like, should have just really never re-entered the puts, but I thought there was more downside. So look, right here at 832 I entered puts. Look what it does. It's breaking its line at 832. I mean, look, we could zoom in on it. 832 right there, it confirmed breaks his line, you know. So like, boom, made money. Like right here it's at 708. Right here it hit 703. So obviously made money on that one. 740 in 13 seconds on 10 contracts. So I should have never re-entered. You know, I get right back in at 833 right here. But like, you see how it's like an empty wick down here? Like, this isn't filling, even though, I mean, it hit that. That's what they wanted, but it wasn't filling. And that's when I had bought back in. But it filled me at the top. Like, literally the worst absolute trash fill that I ever got. So it's like I was already immediately down so much. Look, it was right here, and immediately opened at this candle next, and look what it's doing. So like I'm like, oh, okay, this is not going south, like that south for me. So at 8:36 I ended up selling it right here. I saw this, and honestly, you know why I sold it? Because I thought it was curling up. Like I saw this build up. I mean, right here it's at 704. At this point it's already at 707.84, like almost 4 points. So I'm like, dude, these contracts, not only did I get filled at the top, but like absolutely looks like it's curling to me at that moment. Like it just, this isn't what it looked like, you know, that's just the last second when it printed. So I ended up cutting it 3 minutes later for a $2,105 loss. Like absolutely horrible. You know, at this point I was already up a good bit. You know, I just remember I was up around 300 overall after, you know, like just absolutely horrible after taking that loss. So after making all those nice gains from AJ's plays, I just played that wrong, because look, it actually hit his put max price target line. It was a fake out breakout right there at that moment, and it actually hit his max put target line. Like I literally just got shaken out, which is super aggravating, you know, because I could have made money on this. Like I sold these at a loss, these Tesla 70750s. You know, I did a market buy right there. Where's my 70750s? You know, look, I did a market sell on it because it was going so violently south on me. Like I always do limit sell, but I mean, it just wasn't going well. I didn't want to risk too much, but like basically played it wrong. Lost $2,000 playing it wrong. Like could have made money right here. So look, market buy, market sell. I had market on both, and whatever, I don't even remember, you know, there's no way to calculate because it just shows market on both, but I lost 2,100 on that trade. So at this point I'm overall like 300 on the day. You know, AJ gets on the mic and he's saying there's going to be a, you know, whenever Tesla hits that bottom, it's going to curl up. So this was my chance to kind of redeem myself and make some of that money back. I was, without that trade, I would have been up $3,200, you know. But yeah, so what I did, which I'm glad I kept trading, you know, like I didn't get discouraged. I knew the momentum and volume was still there, because within that 30-minute window, it's like crazy. The range is there, the volume's there, so I knew I had a little time to get some range out of it, and I was able to do a scale out on 10 contracts on 705 calls with guidance from AJ. That was like awesome. And then I played these Tesla 710 calls, you know, so, but the Tesla 710 calls, I bought those at 836. Let's see. Right here, like I saw, basically what happened was, when I sold those puts at a loss, I just switched direction. You know, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just buy some calls, you know. So it was going well, you know. So I bought it and sold it 3 times, you know, 836 to 843, 904 to 905, then 906 to 907. I played those 710 calls 3 times because I saw the direction that it was going. I mean, that I thought it was going, and luckily it was. And so I ended up making $795 total profit in 30 minutes from those 3 scalps. You know, the first one was 7 minutes, the next one was a minute, the next one was a minute. But it took, you know, 30 minutes to do that overall on this big run up right here. So, but my Tesla 705 calls, like really my last thing that I'm going to go over before I let Sean talk to y'all. It was awesome. Like, this is what I've been dreaming about. Like, I mean, obviously I didn't make that much, and a true scale out, you let it kind of go, you know, several legs up before you scale out. But this was like a huge, nice run. Like, I caught it, you know, look, my first buy was at 854, and I bought in right here, you know, because I knew this, like, I felt like this was really the bottom at 702. So I bought in at 854. And then AJ gets on the mic right here. You know, someone had asked him right here, like, is it ready? you know, and he actually said no, it's not ready, and I had already bought in. I thought it was curling right here, but it bases for a few minutes, and then he calls it out right here, like, hey, Tesla's curling, you know. So I was like, oh, perfect, I will be able to play this with him, and he popped it. Sure enough, like a lot of people are playing this. So, you know, I bought in at 854. You know, immediately I wanted to cut 5 just to kind of like minimize my risk and just practice the scale out. So whatever this was, you know, I sold it at 11.45. It was already in profit, like solid profit, and I get half my money back. So I bought 10, I'm selling 5, you know. So in the first 3 minutes, you know, I buy in right here, but then at 8.57, where is it? 8.57, it was already going up in profit for me. I had gotten a good fill over here, you know. So at 8.57, I sell 5, which I really shouldn't have. Should have just sold 2. But then I sold one more at 9 right here. Look, this big push got sold 1. And then at 9:02, look, on this big push, sold another one. So I got 11.45 the first time, then 11.70 the next time, then 11.80 the next time. They just kept going up, so I just kept scaling out. And then look, I had 2 left, so I kind of rode it. Like, I actually kind of got to ride it a little bit. So at 9:02 right here, it was already at 12.50. You know, like, I didn't get the full thing, but I scaled out right here, 9:02.50. And then the last one was at 9:03. You know, so, you know, usually I buy and sell within a minute, so a minute or two. But this one I scaled out in 9 minutes. But look, obviously, in hindsight, which is definitely not a thing, because there's no way to predict this, I didn't know how high it was going to go. So, like, from right here to right here, I didn't even capture any of this. Like, my gains were from this, like, red line to his, you know, where to enter puts line. It's just we were playing the bottom curl up, you know. Mark Moses loves the 3 green candles, and that's when he enters. And so, yeah, he might have, like, saw this and then entered right here and then rode that next leg up, whereas I entered right here and got this, you know. Like, obviously, wish I would have scaled out, you know, like right here, then right here, then right here, then right here. But I mean, that would have been 704 to 715, 11 points. Like, yeah, you know, that would have been wonderful, but that's not what happened. So I still got 507 profit, and had I bought it and sold it right away, I would have barely made anything, you know. So I'll take that. I ended up, you know, I took a $2,100 loss on Tesla, and I'm overall on Tesla for the day, you know, I only lost 63 bucks. So I'm glad I dug myself out of that ditch. And then because of AJ's great notes on CRWD, Baidu, and BABA, I, you know, was able to end the day at 11.69. So, I mean, honestly, I'll take it and trade another day, you know, so. Okay, Sean, you want to talk? You want to come over here and just sit in my chair?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Come right here. Tesla's right here. So, I mean, you can talk about scoot into
The only thing I'm really gonna say is to
talk like right here.
all right.
Okay, so I mean,
So the way I play AJ's notes is I determine the range of the stock, and for me, I had already swung Tesla calls, so I had to close those at open. Immediately switched to Tesla puts. There was the downside. When he called the bottom per his notes at 7:03, I believe, I went long again to 7:15. At this point, I was looking for a topping just because that's a psychological zone for Tesla. I entered puts here and rode it back down all the way to 7:06, 7:05, somewhere in that area. And that's how I execute these trades. Noticing the range that goes through in his trades, specifically Tesla, because he knows Tesla so well. Once you identify the range in these, you want to nail your, like Darkside always says, you want to catch the options chain off guard. So how you get good entries is nailing these puts at the top, like Yanni's course that we went over on Sunday. Janny, sorry. He's just a master at identifying these toppings, and that's where I learned from. well, you know, took my game to the next level anyway. AJ's the man. He's the one that took me to the next level, but Yanni is the short selling king, in my opinion. He taught me in the seminar Sunday how to nail the tops, and even then it's just further perfected my game. So that's how I play AJ's notes. As soon as I see the notes in the morning, I'm looking for the range. Yesterday it was BNTX for me. There was just so much range up and down in those stocks, and if you're playing options, like, I want volatility. It's just nailing those entries, you know. I mean, he literally lays them out for you, like, to the penny. So, yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to say. It's how I'm successful at trading AJ's notes. I determine the range, and then I'll combine that with his market sentiment. So, anyway, that's all I want to say. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, Sean, his method, you know, it gets a lot more points. Like, you know, the way I play it, you know, I'm getting from this line to this line, right? So that's, you know, 708 to 703. You know, Sean plays it up here from 715, then rides it all the way down to however low it's going to go. You know, he just has the confidence and just has a lot of knowledge on technical analysis. You know, he combines what he's learned from Yanni, Darkside, and AJ, and I mean, that's why he's such a successful trader and can capture so many more points than me. You know, he's just not as nervous and really plays it great. So I'm glad he decided to chime in today. So that's it. Extra long video today. Hope y'all traded good. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.
Back on the mic. Let's roll.
Okay, yeah. AJ is going to go back on the mic now because I had to mute him for this. Y'all have a good one.